I know, I hate that.
All right, we are live. Thank you everyone for bearing with us. We've had not technical difficulties, just everything being difficult. So I'm really excited. I've got three lovely ladies on the call with me tonight, or Google Hangout. And we are going to talk basic Instagram training. And so I asked the girls to kind of go over, what does a day in your life of posting on Instagram look like? So we'll kind of just go in rotation. If Megan, you want to start, and then Nikki, and then Rachel.
Yeah, so basically I try to post at least like 3 to 5 times a day. So I always do something like in the morning. I do a couple like during the day, and I do a few at night. So that's kind of how my schedule goes.
Okay. Awesome. Nikki?
I am a little bit different. I try to post about 6 times a day on my Instagram just because so many people are going through that, and you really only have, like an 18-second or however many minute live, like stream of people going through. So I try to make sure that I'm hitting different people at all different points of the day. So I probably do about 6 times a day when I'm really like hitting it hard. But I will be honest that there are days when I'm not consistent with Instagram. I'm always consistent with Facebook, but I have a love-hate relationship with Instagram.
I understand. That's
I'm
why
almost 40.
Yes, I'm sure that half of our callers would agree that are listening too, because that's what they're trying to figure out is what the heck do we do? So
yes,
I get it. So Rachel, what does your day look like with posting in Instagram?
Well, just sorry, wait. Hang on. I wanted to not be. Okay. Sorry. Am I echoing?
I think we're good.
Okay, I'm echoing on mine. Anyways,
it's a little bit.
I've been started Instagram, so I'm trying to get it up and running. So I've been posting 10 times a day. I do it every 2 hours. Around there. I'm just working on it because it's really hard.
Okay. Do you have 2 things going at one time?
No, I don't know why.
There's a crazy echo.
Does anybody else have like volume really high up or anything?
Hang on. Let me wait. Is that better?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You still have an echo, but not on top of itself. Like it's not really close.
No. I don't know how to figure it.
It's like, oh.
It's all good. It's happened to us all before, so no worries.
Yes.
Okay.
So you said you post every 2 hours?
Yeah, I try to, especially in the morning and before bed. But I try to do it like every other hour. Like I'm working on a post, and then I'm working on followers. So that when you follow them, they don't follow them. Sorry, this is annoying. I can just hear my voice. I don't know how to fix it.
What?
You're echoing, not to.
Am I echoing?
No.
Only
Rachel.
Oh,
I'm
going to need you to like write all your stuff and then put your. No, I'm just kidding.
If it gets annoying and you want me to get out of it.
Okay. It's really not. I wonder what it's like with your. Do you have your volume on your app too high?
I have it on the computer. And I turned it down on my but now you can't hear me.
Yeah.
We can hear you.
How about now?
Still an
Yeah,
echo.
I can hear you.
But we can hear you. Twice.
You're echoing too.
Nikki's echoing too.
Now I'm echoing?
What the heck?
It's a hot mess. You guys, we're so sorry.
Okay.
Aaron, just
So-
and we'll just give the thumbs up or the thumbs down.
Okay, so it sounds like we have kind of a wide, a good variety, but everybody's talking about how they're posting at least more than like 5 or so times a day, just depending on when you're starting. And the key times that I'm picking up are really in the mornings, typically when people, before they go to work, and then a lot of times in the evenings is when I notice people are on social media. One thing that I want you to know about Instagram, am I echoing?
You sound like an alien. I'm sorry. It's scaring me so much.
What the heck?
No, I have no idea what's going on with this, but I can't hear that.
Oh, look, Rachel's not echoing anymore.
I'm not?
There.
No.
Okay, it's on. Let's do this.
Okay.
Yay.
Do I sound like an alien?
No. It got really weird for a second.
Okay. I'm like, I don't know what the heck's going on. With Instagram, that is the biggest social network marketing platform, or wait, I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. But social network, not social network marketing, social network platform. And so you have to kind of learn the differences between Instagram and Facebook, because Instagram is more of pictures, where Facebook is you can put your thoughts in a big status. And another thing that I like to point out is Facebook, let's say somebody likes your post, it's going to bring it back to the top of somebody else's, to your newsfeed. But Instagram, it's only there one time, so you've got one shot. I really want to point out that you have to make that post worthwhile. So if we can kind of talk about, what do we post, when we are posting? Are we posting a lot of before and afters or lifestyle, or how do y'all, go about that in working your day?
Are we going to do it in order every time?
I think we can just kind of talk whatever. I mean, I'm good with.
Because I personally, I did Jade Hooper's training, and I personally go more towards lifestyle posts. So obviously I know not everybody has children, but I like to really focus on family time, and like my office looks like this for the day, because that's what helps me. I'm kind of better with doing distributors. And she also made a good point in saying, like every 3 lines, because I think there's a row of 4 pictures. It's like every 3 lines I like to do like a belly picture, because if you think about it, when you go to somebody's Instagram and you're going to follow them, and then all you see are belly pictures, you're automatically going to know they're trying to sell you something, or it looks like spam or an advertisement, and a lot of people are negative towards that. So I just want them to know I'm a real person. So I like to make my before and afters very, I like to do it very seldomly, like maybe once a day. And then maybe do like different loyal customer posts, but I've only really been doing like 2 or 3 loyal customer posts, and then the rest are make lifestyle posts, and that's what personally works for me.
Okay.
I totally agree. I do the same thing. I do like every 4th or 5th post will be like a before and after, or just do you want to be a loyal customer type thing. But I still try to grab people with that. I always use like either faces from the weight loss things, or just the wrap. But I have an echo. Can you guys hear it?
Yeah.
Sorry. But I try to do lots of pictures of my family, faces, like my dream house. I definitely get super personal when it comes to the pictures that I want to share.
Yeah. Well, and Rachel, even I'm going to put mine up here right now. But as you can see, like when people go and look at your page, let's say they click on your name, if you have that setting, they're going to see just your first 9 posts. So I have 2 out of my 9 that are before and afters.
Right.
So you want to make sure that it's not bombarded with a ton of, belly pictures or looking at eyes with lifting cream. Not everybody wants to see that. And so one thing that I took from the Jade Hooper video was talking about, she posted about the F's. So like fun, family, friends, fashion, food, whatever you're doing, post about it. Like even I always hear them talking on the radio like, don't post your food picture because nobody wants to see it, but you know what? That's what's getting attention. Right. So don't be afraid to post those things because of what people are going to think. So that brings me to another point. What do y'all have your settings on versus private versus open? What do you have that, and what do you think is kind of like the reasoning behind that?
I personally set to private page. Am I echoing too?
I think we all are.
I don't.
It is.
Okay. Well, I follow Jade. Instagram, and so she has her private. And I had mine set to public. Now I do private. I like to protect my followers. So if you're public, then anyone can see your page or whatever. Follow your followers. Instagram's like my baby. Protect my baby. So I mean, networks distributors that are. If you tried to follow me and I like just usually just post. I don't even know if you guys.
It goes in and out. I don't know why it keeps doing all this.
I don't think I'm echoing. No.
Tools. Let's see. Control room.
It's weird, Erin, because you're not asking.
No.
Well, I'm controlling it where I'm bumping up the volume, so I wonder if that will help or not. Let's see. Okay. I don't know. Is it good?
Hello?
You are.
I tried.
Great. Megan, you talk.
Oh,
Ashley. Woo! We got on. I loved. Okay, so we were just talking about if we have the account set to private versus public, and Megan was talking about, having the accounts set on. Can you hear me now?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Are you possessed? I don't know
Sorry.
what happens to your
It was
voice.
like really scratchy.
Me?
It was the alien thing again.
What is going on?
But we're not echoing.
Okay. Do I
No.
sound like an alien?
No, you're good.
Okay. I don't know what the heck.
So
Sorry,
mine-
everyone. I just need to make googly eye faces when it happens. Just
So mine is set to
be the
private.
alien. He's the alien, and I'll do it. No, but so Megan was talking about keeping her account. She keeps it private because, one, that way people can't go and copy her followers. So we'll talk about some apps that help with building followers and things like that. But, not being able to copy other people's followers. And then also, too, like I like to kind of think of it as people don't get a glimpse into your post and think that that's what's all about you because they can look at everything. So I was public and then I switched back to private. So what else do y'all think about that?
Am I the only one that keeps it public?
Mine's private. I feel like I show so much of my life and I have control over, because when someone wants to follow me, like if I follow them and when I'm following people, I notice that a lot of people, when they talk about it, they mass follow where they just click follow, which is fine. But when they start to follow me back, and I weed those out as I realize that they're not good ones that I see, I'll just take them out. But when they follow me back, I always go in and really check out their page, and I want to see if they have lots of friends and if they have friend interactions on their page, and I'm really careful about when I do that. So I feel like with it public, just because I have my children on there, I want to keep the crazy out. I don't really want them to have that much of a glimpse into my life. I don't feel like that's what I want for my business. I mean, it's totally just a preference. And maybe some people might even have two, but I don't want to do that. So I just stayed private, and I feel like it probably takes a little longer to get your followers up when you do it that way, but I feel like you get more quality followers, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I feel like my followers went up a lot when I changed mine to private, because I feel like I got more of those quality followers and not just like random people. I feel like when mine was public, like my followers went up and down like so much, and now it just kind of stays where it's at. But like Erin said, like I like people to like go to my page. Like I don't put like works distributor or anything like that. Like it's like description, I always put like business owner, like wife and mom and all that kind of stuff. So keeps it interesting for people, so that way they can decide if they want to follow me or not based off of my posts and stuff, not until they actually click on it and scroll through.
I just changed mine to private because you guys had me.
Well, and I know that I think with a lot of people listening to us tonight, they're going to try to go follow all of us. And I just want everybody to know that you can totally request us on our Facebook. You can go follow. But I really, in general, only have a very few people that are distributors for MetWorks. It's mostly just my immediate downline and maybe a few of my besties in the business. But I just, in general, don't have MetWorks people. So all of you that are jumping on there and following, please don't take it personally.
I'm so glad because I accept everybody because I think out of the goodness of my heart, if you're going to steal my people, then something's going to happen to you. So I don't know.
Can I explain something?
I just don't want people overwhelmed by everybody attacking them, So I leave my Facebook for everybody to follow me, but Instagram I'm just a little bit, because there was a time when my whole feed was just it works.
Yeah.
Echo. I don't want to echo because I want to explain something, but you can't understand me. Dang it. I'll wait because I feel like we keep going in and out of echoing.
Aaron, just talk for a while because you don't echo for some reason.
It's still not echoing. Ashley, do you echo?
I don't know. Quiet.
Oh, dang. What the heck? Well, if I start sounding like an alien,
I was just going to say something really quick. I did just switch mine to public, and I have had way more followers doing public.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it's a huge preference thing.
It is. It really is. And if any, it works distributors. It's echoing so bad.
Okay.
Oh, I just need to explain this because I just did this with my team and I blocked everybody, like my downline, and a lot of people were really, really upset. And I just explained it as my Facebook. I have I feel like I have everybody from Indiana, my whole team, everybody, and on my newsfeed, I don't even have any potentials anymore because it's literally it works and I'm just interacting with them. And with my Instagram, 95% of my posts I do link with Facebook, and I share tips with my team, and I share how I got my Instagram successful. So it's not like I'm hiding anything. The only thing I'm trying to hide is my followers because it's so much easier. I feel like to steal them through Instagram than Facebook. And what I explained to my team was my Facebook is 100% it works, and I'm trying to make something different from my Instagram. And so I want that to be all, obviously it works people. I don't want to be interacting with it works people on my news feed. So I just said, follow me on Facebook, but that's just a personal business decision. I've had way too many potentials stolen, whether it be an accident or spiteful. I'd like to think it wasn't spiteful, but it's too easy to do that. And so I personally chose to block everybody. And it took a long time, and a lot of people were really upset. But I just said, it's not that I don't want you to follow me anymore. You can follow me through Facebook. It's almost the same exact thing as my Instagram. And I personally chose not to keep any It Works people on my Instagram.
Yeah.
But that's just me.
So I think you can kind of take, because what I found works for me is my followers went down when I went public. I didn't necessarily, because I think a lot of people can get in and then they scroll through and see one or two things. And so for me, what's worked a lot better is to keep it private because I think it kind of makes it, it's kind of just like sex before marriage, like what you don't expect. And then you get that kind of thing, that hidden aspect of it is just seeing that little bit. I can't believe I just said that on training. So there we go.
It's after dark.
I did it, yeah. So and Ashley, you may be able to add to this too. What do y'all, what are some good posts and everything that have really worked for you? I know we talked about lifestyle posts and things, but are there certain keywords that you use all the time, or certain things that you're including that tend to be more successful than others, if that makes sense?
One thing for me, I learned from Jocelyn Yates. She puts leave your email below. I'll put follower text and I'll put my phone number and I'll put or if you're interested, leave your email below or whatever. I've gotten questions of people who want me to send an email.
I can't understand any of that.
Nope.
Oh, by leaving, I think she said by leaving the email below, like leave your email link below and I'll send you more information. So that is what's worked for her.
Oh.
I know. This is going to be a hot mess. That's all right.
Yeah, we're sorry, guys. It's trial and error.
Just go grab yourself a glass of wine or some beer. This is water, but still, you can have whatever you want. We don't care. Yeah, there you go. After all that trial and error trying to get Ashley on, you deserved it. Okay, so back to how do y'all contact your potentials? Like, how are you finding potentials? Are you doing it based on just 1 like, 3 likes? Are you messaging everybody on only before and afters? Or how are you kind of reaching out to create those potential people?
I definitely wait for them to like a few times. You start to see, when you're truly doing it for the relationships, you start to see consistent people post or liking your posts a lot. And so when I get them liking the before and afters and my lifestyle posts, I let them, probably like a before and after twice, maybe 3 times. And then I just message that simple thing that Jade told us, hey, thanks for the love on my pic. Are you interested?
Okay.
I leave it at that. And then that usually really opens the door. And it's just because I asked.
I'm kind of a little more obsessive, I feel like, because I don't know why. It seems like with Instagram, I don't want to say you can get away with more, but like it's less scary for me than Facebook. So if I get like 1 like on a lifestyle post, I go to their Instagram and automatically like creep on them to see, because there's a lot of like 10-year-olds and 12-year-olds, and I obviously don't want that on my team. So I look at their Instagram, and if they seem like they are of age and someone that I'd want on my team, I go to the grid view and then I like to show that like I'm paying attention to them, and then I message them right away, and I keep it simple, kind of like Nikki said, and I just say, hey girl, I love your personality. I just say a couple sentences. I can't even think off the top of my head. I just say, I love your personality. I would love to have you on my It Works Dream team. I own my own business. I would feel horrible if I didn't message you something, have a good day. And that's helped me a lot. There are a couple people that are like, I don't even know what my personality is. And I'm just like, well, your pictures are really nice, but I just kind of wing it per person. But if they like it one time, I go after them because you never know.
Never know till you ask.
Yep.
I'm the same way. If somebody likes my post, if it is an It Works post, I automatically message them. If it is a lifestyle post, I'll go to their page and I'll start liking their pictures. And once I do that, they always like another picture of mine, and then I message them.
Okay.
I'm the same.
If it's like a before and after and something, it's just...
Yeah,
even if they like 2 pictures of your son, that's what I'm saying. Like, for other people, I don't know why there's mosquitoes in there, but that's probably why I turn into an alien every once in a while.
If it's like a before and after picture, or if it's a picture about like talking about my team, I message them direct, like immediately. But if it's like a lifestyle picture, then I'll go to their page and I'll start liking their stuff. And then they always start liking my stuff again. So then I message them the second time.
Yeah.
Megan, did you have something to add?
Yeah, I usually, like, when someone likes my post, like, usually it's a before and after picture, or a lot of my lifestyle posts that I make, I still make it an It Works post, but it's a picture of me and my family, or it's a picture of my son, but I'm talking about how I love being a stay-at-home mom and all that kind of stuff. So I kind of make those lifestyle posts almost like an opportunity post. So when people like or comment on that, then I usually send them the picture of the picture that they liked on Instagram, and I just basically say what Nikki said that she learned from Jade Hooper, like, hey, thanks for the love on my post. Is this something you're interested in trying, or are you interested in trying products or joining my team? So yeah, that's kind of what has worked for me.
So y'all do send, because Instagram recently switched their messenger for those that like are not aware. You always send a picture with your message, or
I never do.
I haven't either.
That's just me, though. I think it seems to me it kind of seems like it's more like more selling and advertisement. And I try to be real because also with Instagram, a lot of people like straight up think that I'm spam, and they legit are like, "Is this spam?" Blah blah blah. So something that I've tried to do is when they like show interest back, like, "Oh, thanks, girl," after I send them like the cold message. They say like, "Oh, thanks, girl. What is your business?" Something along the lines of, "Tell me more. What is it?" I right away I say, "Well, do you have Facebook? Add me," and then I give them my full name and I say, "And here's my number. Text me, and I'd love to share my story with you." And if I say like, "I'd love to share my story with you," I feel like it makes me seem more real rather than like, "I'd love to give you more information." I don't know. I'm finding what works with me, and I feel like the more I try to sound like I'm not like trying to just recruit.
Yeah.
Here it is, because there's a lot of fake profiles on Instagram, and like that's the number one thing I'm struggling with is people thinking that I'm fake because they're like, "I've been spammed before, and I'll be damned if I am again." So like I feel like if I give them my Facebook, because my Facebook like is really real, and then give them my number, I mean, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I
That's just
usually,
me.
I'll start in the comments. Like, I start the conversation in the comments. I know that she'd said, like, "Oh, don't do that." I don't have a lot of conversation, but I start the conversation there, a few back and forths, and then I'll say, like, "Hey, I'll message you real quick, and then, you know, if you have any other questions, you'll have, you know, you can, basically, I'll send you the pic." I just kind of tell them I'm going to do that, so then they don't just all of a sudden get this picture, and they're like, "What is this?" So I kind of talk back and forth, and then I will. I will say for some of the people out there, because I feel like it kind of needs to be said for some people, is that, because I kind of hinted on it earlier about how I have a love-hate relationship with Instagram. This is so not natural for me to live my entire life on social media. I did not grow up. Cell phones were humongous. They were like, you know, like a huge thing on the side of your face when I first got one, and I was like 17. We did not have this. Facebook, I got it like 5 years ago. Like, my whole life is not on it. So it's really hard for me at first, because I notice when I'm with younger people that, you know, you guys are taking pictures, and then you're like posting pictures in the moment, and I'm very like, I live in the moment, I take the picture, and then I'll go back and post it later. So any of the people that are watching that are a little bit older, there's really no right or wrong way. I feel like it's just whatever feels natural for you, because like I said, I didn't grow up that way, so it isn't natural for me. So I went and got a lot of my pics for, like, I do my family, my face, all of that, food that I'm making, but Pinterest is a great place if you don't know like what to post, basically. I go through, you know, a couple times a day, and I just kind of go through Pinterest, and I find things that I love that actually interest me. So when you look at my Instagram, it's a picture of who I am. It's all the pictures sort of tell you who Nikki is. And so I would recommend that you do that. So, because a lot of people aren't super comfortable with selfies, I think that you should try to get comfortable, and make sure, you know, Instagram is kind of, you'll get the most followers if you have the pretty pictures. So if you're not a big photo editor, you need to be. You need to start editing those pics a little bit. Alyssa uses that Pic Tap Go. I love that one so much. But so you want to have pretty pictures, but Pinterest really helps me with that, just because like I said, it's just not instinctive for me to just always take a photo. So then I think later, like, oh crap, I should have taken a picture of that because now I could have posted it. And so I don't. So, you know, just for the people that are listening, that really has helped me, is to keep a bunch of photos in my phone at all times. So then I have stuff ready to post all the time. Like, just keep, you know, maybe you could make folders or whatever it is. But so if they're wondering kind of what it is we are posting.
The way that I kind of look at Instagram is it's like the photo album to your life.
Yeah.
Or Facebook, you can tell your story, but Instagram is really the photo album. So you want to display the best things out there. You also don't want to get too crazy with your editing apps where it just looks ridiculous.
Right.
But, you know, at least tweaking a little bit, because that's what's going to catch people's eye when you're just scrolling through quickly. You know, if you come across something that is really catching, or, you know, that filter's awesome, people are going to notice that more. So the other thing that I wanted to ask y'all too is, how do you go about like adding to your audience? Like, how do you go about finding followers? Are there any certain apps that you're using? And
There's Crowdfire.
Crowdfire?
Yeah, me too.
But that helped me in the beginning, because what I would do, don't even make fun of me, but like I really like The Bachelor, and so what I would do is I would, on my Instagram, I would find like, I would do like Chris Soules, like he was one of the Bachelors, and I would think of like just people off the top of my head, because I'm really bad at thinking of like famous people off the top of my head, and I never follow people through hashtags. Some of my people on my team are very successful with that, but I don't follow through hashtags. So like, let's say I pick Chris Soules and I follow him on Instagram. I go to Crowdfire and then I go to copy followers and I put in Chris Soules, his will come up, and then literally it shows like his 2 million bajillion followers, and I just go through. It takes a long time, and I did that a lot in the beginning to get my like follower count up, but now I just find it easier to just find a random person through like 10 friends, and then I just go to their followers and then I just follow them, which is why it's kind of scary to keep your profile public, because people can do that. That's another reason, I guess, I never thought about, but that's what helps me. But then you also come across, when you're just adding all their friends and stuff, so many people that are in It Works that you didn't even know, because I don't look at their profiles, I just start adding them. And I try to do that a lot before bed, because then I'll wake up with like 70 new followers and stuff, because, well, I just get bored before I go to bed. But that's how I do it.
Mm.
Yeah, I try to do mine like once in the
Go ahead.
like. Oh.
Go ahead, Megan.
Okay, I try to do mine like once in the morning and like once before I go to bed, but I use Crowdfire a lot. But I do I look a lot at like my recent unfollowers. So like if I go and follow, 20 people or 30 people, I always go and I always like look at their what am I trying to say? Their page or whatever, and see if they're like an It Works distributor. And if they are, I just block them. But if they're not, then I just go through and I add them. If it's someone like that I want to follow, I don't just kind of like follow to follow. I kind of look at their page to see if, like, for one, that they're not 10 years old, and two, that I don't know, it's just someone that I feel like I could connect with. So, but yeah, I usually just go to like my followers and I just go through their followers sometimes. And I use Crowdfire too to go through and like delete some people too. 'Cause I remember Jade on one of her videos, she said you don't want to be following 2,000 people and only have 500 followers. So that to me, it looks like you're trying to add people just to do it for your business, I guess. I don't know. Doesn't seem, I don't know. Because I always look at that too. Like, I'm always like, if their profile is set to private and they're following like 2,000 people, but they have 400 followers, I'm guessing that they're probably in some sort of like network marketing. And so I'm kind of leery about adding those people. But
my teenager said, "Mom, you have to look like the cool kid. You have to have more people following you than you're following." And I'm like, I'm not the cool kid.
Yeah. I try to unfollow my followers that aren't following me back like every 2 days. But what I realized was, because like every 2 or 3 days I would go through my unfollow and I would unfollow them all. But then I don't know why I didn't think about this until like honestly a couple days ago. But when I was bored, because I haven't been sleeping very well because of like me just stressing out in general. When I'm bored, I go to those that I'm following, and I guess I don't know if they're following me back, and I just start interacting with them. And that's gotten some people that I followed 2 weeks ago to follow me back, because maybe they just ignored it before, and then I started liking all their stuff, and then they started following me back. So that's why I try to wait to unfollow them, because maybe if I interact with them more, they'll follow me back. That doesn't always work, but that's helped me get more followers with the people I'm following too. Mm-hmm. But I definitely like the whole keeping your followers, your following lower, because like Jade said in her thing, if you have like 5,000 and then 200, you automatically, people know you're selling stuff, and they probably think not too highly of you if you don't have as many followers.
Well, and this is I like to, if you kind of see, when I just get a follower, when it has that green, I don't know why I'm echoing now, but if I click, then I automatically like 5 of their pictures. If I we're both together, when I see that connection, I go and like 5 of their pictures.
Yeah.
So, but I also use Followers Plus, because that is an app that I use, because Crowdfire locks you out every hour. So Followers Plus is something that I use to unfollow the people that aren't following me back, while I can still up my ante on the copying followers on Crowdfire. So I kind of dual duel the two to make the most out of it. So is there anything else that y'all want to add that, has really helped you be successful with Instagram? Because it's, it is different from Facebook. At Facebook, a lot of people have had, I've had it since a freshman in high school, so a long time. But, just learning Instagram and having it as a different platform, because you have to kind of respect that they are two separate. It's not just one to the other, and making sure that you're using them efficiently. So is there anything else that we want to add kind of in closing?
I would say don't give up on it. I think the biggest thing is, it really does take discipline. And it takes, I think the easiest thing is to take, an hour of the day. When my son goes down for a nap, I'm like, okay, I'm going to go crazy on Instagram, because I just feel like it takes discipline to get it up and running. And if you just give it the discipline it needs and stay consistent, I feel like you're going to start seeing success. Like Jade Hoover said, once you get to 1,500, she said that's when things start rolling in. So it's just getting there and not giving up on it, because it's very confusing. And I think that's why people don't give it a try, is because they're like, this is too confusing. For my whole first year of the business, I didn't use it because I just didn't understand it. And I just don't want people to lose out on all those people.
Mm-hmm.
I have probably started and stopped Instagram about 7 times because everybody was like, oh, set alarms and then you'll be able to do it. And that felt so unnatural to me. And these alarms were going off so often. I just threw my phone one day. I was so over it because it didn't feel natural anymore for me to just be like, oh, I think I'm going to share some stuff on Instagram. It was like, oh God, get my phone. I got to post, and it just became stressful because I'm already out of my comfort zone. So I will say I've started and I've stopped so many times, but I just have to continue on with it because Instagram is going to be the thing to take me to the next level. And I see already when I stick with it consistently, you'll instantly start seeing people liking your stuff and interacting with you. And it just, to me, I just think people are so more readily willing to interact with you on Instagram versus, we are on Facebook, and I have had people that joined my team that watched me for a year and never even liked one pic. Whereas on Instagram, I feel like that's not really the case. I feel like people are a lot more willing to interact with you. So I think people should just stick with it. Even if you stop for a minute, if it overwhelms you, just always come back to it. Always start over and just keep pushing, because I think it's the one thing that's going to change all of our businesses. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
I would say consistency is the key, because, the more you stay consistent, like Erin said, the number one social media network right now. And my Facebook is just I feel full of It Works people and It Works posts, and Instagram is 100% different. I message people every day that have no clue what It Works is. So I feel there's so much potential with Instagram. So don't be afraid to use it. It's super easy. And if you don't know how, just watch Jade's video. It's amazing.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. For sure. It will change your business 100%. So
great.
Ashley, do you want to add?
Well, I'm going to agree with her. Consistency is a big thing too. But what I do is I post 8 to 10 times a day on Instagram. And I'll do a before, and I try to do 2 before and after pictures a day. And then I make the other ones. So I'll do a before and after picture, and then I'll do 2 in between then and the next before and after picture. I'll do just 2 lifestyle that doesn't have anything to do with It Works, and then I'll do 2 lifestyle that is incorporating It Works. So just allowing people to see that you really are on an adventure and just showing people that your life. I think as long as you're not spamming people, people are going to start following you.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. And if you don't know, what to post, like John Eric says, post about friendships, post about freedom, post about, just fun stuff. People want to be a part of something that's really fun and exciting. So if your Instagram looks like it's you're having an awesome time or you're on this awesome adventure, that's something that people are going to connect with. And one thing that I've really had success with is just sharing my story all the time. I see Jocelyn Yates, she's always sharing her story all the time, and I feel that really draws people in. So don't be afraid to share your story too.
Well, the last thing I want to add too is, if you're new to this type of using social media, start with one platform, figure that out, and don't overwhelm yourself with too many, because once you kind of get the hang of one, then it tends to make a lot more sense. So I know on a couple of videos I talked about not automatically posting from Instagram to Facebook. I do, but I go back into my Facebook settings and I change all of my posts, the privacy. I change it to public. So then it takes that Instagram hashtag. So it's not just putting in an album. It's actually flipped into just my regular post. So that's something that I've been able to use. Instead of it, I know that they talked about it goes into the Instagram photos. Mine doesn't do that because I've switched the privacy. So that's something that has helped too, because I've had a lot of people that if they Google, like, It Works, Houston, Texas, my name pops up. So being able to tweak those posts, but connecting the two. So figure out what works for you initially, and then you can add on, there's different things like, I don't even want to even start to talk about Twitter because I have no idea what the heck to do. I feel like I'm good with these two. But again, Instagram is really kind of the storybook to your life. The snapshots, the photo album. So look at it that way. They're two different things from that in Facebook. So you don't want to be, using it for the same way. Instagram, again, if you're on your newsfeed, it's going to pop to the bottom. So you want to make sure that your post, you are posting more frequently, because it's not going to work in the way that Facebook does. So that's why it's really key to make sure, because a lot of people have more and more followers now. So you want to make sure that you pop up at those key times. So I think that's all that we've really got tonight. I appreciate everyone bearing with us with our technical difficulties and delays. But we hope that you learned something, and hopefully we'll have another training in the future. All right, y'all have a great night. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.